Who is Marc Wade?
Who is Marc Wade? Golly, that's a tough one. I am a real estate agent. I'm a father, husband. I live in the northwest side of Houston, and I absolutely love my career. I love dealing with and meeting people. I've been a business owner since I was right out of high school, 19 years old. Here we are 20 years later, and this is what I do. I sell and buy homes for my clients, and just absolutely loving it.
What drives you to succeed?
You know, I would say my drive comes from not only do I really enjoy the opportunity of meeting with different people and getting to know people, I've actually developed fantastic friendships through people who called me to be their agent, clients of mine. I really enjoy my work, so that obviously drives me to wake up every day and go after it. But I have a family to feed, you know. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not wealthy. I'm not from money. I am the one who has to provide and feed my family and provide a future for my 4-year-old little girl and get her off to college and happy and hopefully take over my real estate empire that will be created at one point in time. So that is my drive for real estate, my family, and the fact that I really love what I do also. It's easy to go, get out every day and get to work in the morning if you're enjoying what that day holds for you. And I can tell you, since I've been a real estate agent, there has not been one day that I've not thoroughly enjoyed my job as an agent working with and for people.
What market do you specialize in?
What market do I specialize in? You know, I don't want to say there's any specific market that I only am willing to work in. I feel like I'm pretty diverse. I've sold homes as low as $140,000, and I've sold luxury homes that are, 5, 6, 7 times that amount. So I'm comfortable pretty much in any realm. I think it's more what territory am I willing to work in. I am licensed in the state of Texas, so I can work in Dallas and Austin, Plano, but I wouldn't feel comfortable working in an area that I don't really know. I think that's vital for an agent to really know his area and his market whenever he's selling a home for somebody or helping somebody buy and find a home. So I think the way I would answer that question is I'm comfortable working anywhere as far south as Galveston and as far north as the Woodlands, as far east as Baytown, and as far, I guess it would be west as Sugar Land, Richmond, that area. I have worked all those areas and feel very comfortable working those areas. If I have a client that needs a home that's moving out of Houston into another area, I would feel more comfortable really researching and really communicating with another agent in the area they're moving to. If it's, let's say, Dallas or even Louisiana, California, anywhere, and setting them up with an agent that I feel comfortable with and that I trust, more so than trying to work it for them to make my commission and get them in a home in an area that I really don't know well.
How did you transition from a small business owner to a full-time real estate agent?
Wow, that transition for me just felt totally natural. I opened my first business when I was a senior in high school. I built it up, I sold it. I actually moved to Manhattan and started a career that is completely opposite of the real estate industry or anything else I've opened between now and then. So I've had several businesses, some of them very successful and some of them not. That's really, most entrepreneurs did not knock it out of the park the first 1 or 2 times. So the last 10 years have been great. I've had retail stores, I've had restaurants, sign shops, clothing lines. All of them I've been able to open, build up, and actually sell to a good owner. Some of those new owners have succeeded and some of them have not. So it really shows that the individual that owns that business is responsible for the success of that business. When it comes to being a real estate agent, this is my business. This is what I do. I treat it like that. I like it that way. I don't have to depend on anybody else. My wife helps me on the back end a lot. She's very organized. She is not an agent, but she helps me tremendously, and she gives me the support that I need. So the transition from owning brick and mortar retail businesses and whatnot to becoming a real estate agent was just effortless and just almost flawless for me. It was very easy and it felt totally natural.
Why should I choose Marc Wade?
Why should you choose Marc Wade? That seems like almost a shotgun question, but I will give you my honest answer. I feel like If you want somebody who is going to communicate with you extremely well, I may possibly wear you out a little bit, but I promise you when it comes to selling or buying a home, that's a great thing. As a real estate agent that has to communicate with other agents daily, it is extremely frustrating when you can't get a hold of the agent, when you can't get a call back, you can't get a text back, an email back. I mean, I will exhaust all resources to try to get a hold of an agent because I have a buying client that wants to buy a home he has on the market, and there's times when I don't hear from him for 24, 48 hours. So I strive to communicate tremendously well. I like knowing people. I want to get to know you. I don't just want to sell your home or help you buy a home. I want to get to know you a little bit. I want to develop a friendship. With friendship should come trust. And I want you to reference me. Like I have clients that I've worked for, and if you read the reviews, they've left me reviews stating how they went into this looking for an agent and they came out with a friend. And that is just an awesome feeling. It makes me feel like they trust me, and I look forward to working with them again. I don't accept working for any and everybody. I've learned through being a business owner for 20 years that that's not always the best thing to do. So I like to meet my clients before and make sure it's a good fit, make sure they're really ecstatic to work with me and they see me as an asset and a blessing. And I want to make sure that I feel comfortable working for them and I can actually meet their needs. So I think that's an important part of this, is meeting in person, shaking hands, having a 20-minute talk, and going from there.